Alright, I'm back. Alright. Let's get back into this. It's been ages. And by ages, I mean an entire day. And what were we doing? And we were going to explore through the Blacklight District. Bunch of people. Apparently, something happened in the condemned sector yesterday. They found gang members with most of the bones in their body broken. It's incredibly suspicious, if you ask me. I just hope it doesn't start affecting my business. There's usually only invalids and junkies in the condemned sector. That's why this is so suspicious. I suppose I'll just have to keep an eye on things for the time being. I heard that whole Hayaway situation's come to a close finally, but for whatever reason, there's been reports of them meeting in the condemned sector. Can't imagine why though. Maybe whoever saw them was hallucinating. Oh, it's the weapon shop. Hey, it's been a while. You're that girl. Have you been well? You two know each other? It's the same reaction he had to me. They met last time she was in the capital. He helped me fix the sheath on my blade. It's actually held up pretty well so far. Is that so? I'm glad to hear it. Please, take a look around. And would you care for some high-quality clove oil? That might just be what my blade needs. It's got a whole bunch of sword products lined up. Awfully convenient. His business must be doing well. Inventory hasn't been moving as quickly as I'd like it to lately. How unfortunate. Huh? Do people just not want to buy weapons anymore? I would assume it's because things have been more peaceful these days. No, that's not it. See, the army made changes to their equipment policies, which resulted in them releasing some of their old weapons to the public. Then some Zect Arms products were placed on the market for more affordable prices. I just ended up buying too much stuff. My warehouse is full to bursting. Yeah, I should have figured. Seems like it's been pretty lively around here. You have no idea. I've got a good number of warehouses in the Republic, but actually transporting my products to them can be a bit difficult. Why is inventory management such a headache? My life would be so much easier if I could just get rid of it all.
Want to rest here?
Hey, guess what? Mummy said she's gonna let me go to school from now on. There must be loads of kids my age up top. I can't wait to meet them all.
Indeed.
And you know what else? I met a bunch of big kids last time I went to the surface. They told me there's supposed to be a big school festival soon. I love festivals. Maybe I can get Mummy to take me. Come on, Gabriella. Don't you think you're being a little too overprotective? Sure, an escort to the cathedral is fine, but you have to watch me while I work too? Hey, you can never be too prepared for an attack, okay? You're so paranoid. Well, whatever. Why don't I watch the store while you go pick up Yota? By the way, you need to start letting him walk to Sunday school by himself. I'll consider it. Is it really okay to leave you by yourself? Ever the stalwart warrior you are.
Okay.
Gabriella said she'd give me a little something for watching the bar for her, but she always takes time out of her day to listen to my complaining. And I figured this was the least I could do for her, you know? Wait, why does it feel like I'm forgetting something? It's something I've been thinking about for a while now, but with all the shop stuff sorted, I've decided to start sending Yota to Sunday school. I'll be staying with him during class, though. I mean, you see how cute he is, right? What if somebody tries to kidnap him?
Thanks for the update. Now, how about some more music?
Alright, there's nobody up there. Nobody up that
What are
way.
you looking at? Sounds fun.
Jack and Hal. Hey there, care to have some fun before you go? Just don't get too naughty, alright? Hey, glad you came. Heard you had a spot of trouble yesterday. To think you'd get into a fight with the princess. Yeah, I can't believe Ashen would try to do something like that. And Ikaruga had the same misunderstanding somehow? Something weird's going on for sure. Wait, why is the Divine Blade of Silver here? I'm a Spriggan now. No, she's not. She's just here to lend us a hand. Isn't it a skilled hand? Skilled hand, that'll be. Anyway, I think it's pretty clear something's happening behind the scenes here. I'm at a bit of a loss on where to start gathering info though. But I'm sure you all have a lead, right? I wouldn't call it a lead exactly. You must be talking about what we learned about the Crimson Corrosion. Sorry, but there's not actually much we can explain right now. We'll have to do a bit more digging. But you think you can keep us informed of anything new in the meantime? Of course. Still, it kind of sucks that we can't figure out what's going on. I mean, we're information brokers, for goodness sake. I know the feeling, Hal. Something tells me this whole ordeal might be a bit more than we bargained for. Anyway, we'll let you know if there's anything unusual on our end. Just keep in touch, alright? We will. Thank you very much. Given what happened on Nemeth Island, guess it's not too surprising the Oathbreaker's involved. Haven't actually heard anything about the Society making any moves though. Maybe I need to cast a wider net. Anyway, I'll let you know if I find anything, alright? Both Ashen and the Ikaruga had a misunderstanding of the situation. Or I suppose had an awareness different from reality. Either way, it was all an illusion. Got a feeling some other power could be at play here, but all we really have are guesses at the moment. Well, that's fine. I'll just use my info networks to find the answer. We decided to open the betting parlor for today's final Z1 race. If you're interested, most people go for Atlas. After that, Zingot, then Lino. But if you're not betting, get out of the way. Just trying to move things along before the scum get too noisy. These losers make such a ruckus over this stuff. Look, if they're gonna bet, do it already. Otherwise, get out of the way.
Hey, big boy. Wanna have a little fun?
JC brought back a good number of new girls yesterday. It's going to be a doozy training them all. It might be even harder on the club. At least until they learn to hustle customers themselves. But I can tell they're down on their luck. Well, the least I can do is give them a place to earn a living. Yes, yes. Well, what do you say to having a girl that's a little more inexperienced? Don't you think it could be nice to warm her up a little? Well, her voice will sound all the sweeter. How about it? That's not a bad idea. Now that we have new talent, we need to start getting more customers in the door. This customer's got a lot of hidden kinks. It'll be just right for Eden. Maybe I can set him up with Lizzie. Yeah, good idea. I'll even introduce them myself.
Come on over and say hello.
Why is it so chill today? Oh well, I'll warm up your nighttime so long as I hustle. And say, why don't we have a drink or two to really get the blood flowing? Hey, it's Joe Browning. You gotta enter the knockout tournament, man. Yeah, we've really been looking forward to it. I'm not joining. I've got other things to take care of, okay? Manly things.
Hell yeah!
So I'll do a counter there, and rush him with my elbow. Ugh, this is useless. I just can't see myself beating the bastard. I need to be stronger. Much stronger. Elvis? What are you doing down here? Elvis? What are you doing here? Elaine? Nothing in particular. Can't keep depending on everyone else. And I can't allow myself to tarnish the B-rank name. Looks like something's bothering him. Wonder what mess he's in this time. Well, maybe he's too caught up in his feelings for a certain someone lately. Well, whatever it is, I have high hopes for Elvis. I wish him the best. Right. Doesn't seem like he'll be getting over it anytime soon. Yesterday's request. I should have known better. I mean, I almost put the client and Regina in danger. Maybe I shouldn't have been promoted in the first place. Something tells me there's something shady going on there. Unprecedented doesn't even begin to describe this case. It's times like these when I wish I had that Spriggan on call. Ah, speak of the devil. Nice to see you, Arkwright Solutions. Those expectant looks tell me you're here about the request I put up. Yep, can't make any guarantees, but give us the particulars and we'll let you know if it works for us. The patient ran away from your clinic if I recall correctly. How exactly did that come about? I'll start from the top and give you the rundown. It all began this morning. A man I'd never seen before had fallen unconscious here in the Blacklight district. He was easy pickings, that is to say, I gave him a checkup out of the kindness of my heart. While there weren't any external injuries, his disease had grown so severe that he couldn't move a muscle. I had medication specific to his condition in stock, so I brought him into the clinic and treated him then and there. Wow, you're a real saint of a doctor. Save for the part where she called him easy pickings. Now this is where the problem comes in. I took my eyes off him for just a second, only to come back to an empty room and some money for my services. There was no sign that anyone else had come in, so he must have ran off on his own. If he was trying to dip out of paying his medical bills, that'd be one thing. But the prices you charge here are practically highway robbery. Besides, this patient left enough mirror before going, right? That he did. And the funny thing is, it was actually more than I was planning to charge. In any case, I have a few ideas as to why he ran out on me the way he did. He kept on ranting and raving, can't believe they're after me and so forth. There was a lot more to it, but that's the only part I could make out clearly. Those are the words of a guy caught up in the wrong kind of trouble. Whatever it is, it's big enough that he'd rather book it than stay here and heal up. Maybe so. If it were as simple as that, I'd have been content to send him on his merry way, lollipop in hand. But his treatment isn't even close to complete yet. If he doesn't regularly take medication to relieve any side effects, the results could be disastrous. Worst case scenario, he'll die, just like that. That's horrible. Shouldn't you be out trying to, I don't know, save his life? No need to get so worked up. I said worst case scenario, didn't I? The chances of that are below 1%. Though, it's 100% certain he'll end up in so much pain that he'll wish he were dead. That's not any better. Indeed, if his condition was critical to begin with, any additional side effects would only exacerbate it. His personal circumstances notwithstanding, it would be best to retrieve him sooner rather than later. I'm guessing that's what you're requesting us to do? Right, you are. My patient paid me in full, so I have an obligation to ride this out to the end. I'd appreciate it if you could bring him back here as quickly as you can. That's a way more level-headed ask than I was bracing for. I'm also a bit concerned about whoever it is that's after him. Whether it's to gather information or save someone in need, we're duty-bound to address this matter. What do you think, Van? Let's see. We're gonna do it. Guess we don't have much choice but to take on the job. Thanks. Glad you see things my way. Now, here are some pills. Pass them along to my patient if you manage to find him. They're the same kind I originally planned to administer in order to moderate his side effects. If he's already exhibiting symptoms, these should be able to curb them for a while. Consider it done. So mind giving us a few more specifics on this runaway of yours? Not at all. He's a man in his late 20s with a slim build. The medicine I gave him likely restored his mobility to some small degree. But as his treatment is only in its early stages, ergo far from complete, I suspect he'll be struggling to walk. In that case, it should be easier to follow his trail. Then the next question is, which way this guy headed? Is he hiding out in the Blacklight district, or did he already make for the hills? Well, why don't we go to the nearest exit and check? We can ask around the area and see if anyone saw him. If a sighting is reported, then the likelihood that he'd left the district grows. Elsewise, we can safely assume that he is still somewhere to be found here. Works for me. The exit closest to us is over in the northeast. Lindsay's shop is set up around those parts. We can try asking her about it. Let the search begin.
Okay, time to get to work.
I'll just leave searching the runaway for you, to you. But if anything happens, contact me. As the one who did the asking, I'll do what I can to help.
Indeed. I have some good books on. What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
Spring is here. That means I'm a year older and a year closer to the expiration of the statute of limitations. The thought is so relieving. I can't believe it's been 2 years since I stabbed my ex-boyfriend. I'm almost there. All I need to do is wait out these next 6 months and I'll be good to go. Oh, I hope the time passes quickly.
Let me ask you something.
A slender, sickly-looking man in his late 20s. Actually, I did see someone like that just a bit ago. He went through that exit over there. We hit the bullseye right off the bat. Though if he's left the Blacklight district, that gives us no shortage of locations to investigate. We're gonna need a little more info then. Like what direction he went or if he was being tailed. Anything else you happen to notice, Lindsay? Now let me think. He was out of breath, but that didn't keep him from muttering to himself. Things like, this passport should do the trick, and it'll be dicey near the embassies, but I have to go. Could have knocked him over with a feather. I was torn on whether or not to reach out. Thin, wimpy types don't usually do it for me, but his heavy panting and looks of agony were just so adorable. Oops, did I say that out loud? Only at the top of your lungs. Thanks for sharing, though. Funny girl, this one. Anyway, that passport bit sticks out to me. Chances are he came to the Blacklight District in order to get one faked for him. Then there's the part about the embassies. Sounds like he's got no choice but to be in the same area as them. Then our next stop is the Orba District. That's where all the embassies are. Well, I can't say I followed any of that, but I'm glad I was able to be of help. Hurry up and finish your work so you can visit me again, okay, boyfriend number 4? How many times do I gotta say it? We are not together. Period. Well, isn't this a comical little routine? See that glare in her eyes? Terrifying.
I have some good books on sale.
I saw the guy go out through that door, looking as if his whole body was in agony. It kind of looked like easy prey, like if I stabbed him, he'd die in minutes. But his pained expression made me feel sorry for him. Oh, I'd love to have someone like that every now and then. You are one crazy lady. To
Then let's
Arcade
head over.
Solutions. Bum, 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 bum.
I'm gonna wing it. Everyone good with that? Not bad, considering I just copied other people.
Alright.
Initializing planner mode.
Next destination. We'll go to the Orba district later. To Sintermash.
Off we go.
Let's run around. Oh ho! Shannon came into work a shift at our store today. Now I can go ahead and fish my afternoon away. I'm telling you, it's true. It had this huge shadow too. I mean, it was humongous. Seems like it could be a legendary catch. If you're not lying, that is. I mean, come on. Do you really think it would be that easy for you to just stumble upon? Yeah, why wouldn't it be? I'm pretty skilled at this, you know. Well, if it is the real deal, then you've hit the jackpot. But unless you've got some hard proof, which you don't, we're just gonna have to table this for now. Ditto to that. Anyway, let's head over to our usual spot in Riverside once Shannon's done with work. Sounds like a plan. I'm sure my shift will be over before we know it. Hey, wait. The least you could do is give me the benefit of the doubt. Oh, hey, you guys. Sorry, we were kind of caught up in our own world for a second there. Yeah, why don't I give you the usual? Thanks. We'll use them wisely.
Fish is so tasty. Bye-bye.
If whatever Kyle saw really was a legendary catch, I'd be hooked. But what are the chances of that? Anyway, we're going to head to our usual fishing hole to do our wife's calling after my shift. I'll be able to work extra hard now that I've got something to look forward to. Oh yeah, I heard we got some snowfall in town. Crazy, huh? The river's probably colder than normal too. Wonder if that'll affect the fish we can find in it. That's one of the joys of this sport. Changes side by side with the seasons. Well, no way around it. I'll just have to bring them to where I saw that massive shadow. They'll understand what the fuss is all about after spotting it for themselves. And I think the rest area has somebody. Oh. Isn't this little grey cat the same one from Old Town? Kinda sounds like she's got the blues. What could be upsetting her, I wonder? She did seem to be hunting around for something yesterday. Yeah, could be that the search brought her all the way here. I think somebody's upset his gift got turned down. Kinda makes you feel for the little guy.
I can't get enough of this heavenly scent.
You're looking at Sailor and Lulua's official new manager. The two of them plan to put on a live concert tomorrow in Riverside, but their strategy pretty much starts and stops there. That just won't fly. The fans' expectations are going to rise with each and every event they hold. It's not too late though. I need to think up a way to dial their appeal up to maximum. Come to think of it, Sailor and Lulua formed their duo exactly half a year ago. It's the perfect hook. All we have to do now is get the word out. It can be hard to brew a good cup of coffee on a cold. It can be hard to brew a good cup of coffee on cold, snowy days like these. But despite that, Mr. Ward manages to produce the exact same flavor every single time. It's incredible. I'll have to peek in on him whenever I can. This is my chance to swipe his techniques. What's really wild is how Mr. Ward got two people as stubborn as Elton and Jemana to do a total 180. It's like his brewing process is magic or something. I'm loyal to my cafe lattes, but admittedly, the black coffee I had yesterday went down smooth. I expected it to be bitter through and through, but the aroma was full-bodied with just a hint of sweetness. It forced me to acknowledge just how narrow my perspective was. Maybe I'll start having Ward hold the sugar and milk from time to time. I'm a black coffee purist, but surprisingly the cafe latte I had yesterday was very agreeable. Rather than overpowering the natural taste of the coffee, the milk and sugar added a new appealing depth of flavor. Despite fancying myself an expert on the subject, I in truth was the most uncultured of all. It's embarrassing, really. Maybe if I'll start having Ward add some sugar and milk from time to time. A bit of brandy in one's coffee can help stave off chilly days such as these. There's a special method in which you soak sugar cubes in the liquor before setting them afire and letting them melt into your drink. They call it a Café Royale. The strong woody aroma and vibrant blue flames make for a classy way to enjoy your cup of joe. It doesn't look like there's anybody in the rest area. The vegetables I wholesaled to Romaine have been a hit with the customers so far. We owe it all to him for promoting our produce in just the right way. Finding such a dependable vendor is like a farmer's dream come true.
Feast your eyes on this.
Lashka told me that he wanted time to go around and apologize to everyone he caused trouble for. I'm shortening his shifts for a while to account for that. He said he was headed for the Septian Temple today. That boy's a conscientious one when it comes down to it.
Oh yeah, we took you around here once before, didn't we? Huh? Where'd the Divine Blade go?
Oh, sorry. I spotted these delicious looking apples and just thought I'd help myself.
She ate all those in the blink of an eye.
It's chillier than usual today, so my hot chocolate's been selling like crazy. If you want something to pair with it, I recommend getting an orange cannoli. The sweetness of the chocolate meshes perfectly with the tang from the orange zest. Damn, that's a combination to die and go to heaven for. It really does sound delicious.
Center Marché really does
Uh,
have everything.
Marché.
Check out my wares.
Check out what I have on offer.
Stop on by and take a look. Strawberries are in season, and we've got them by the basketful. You can eat them as is or make a jam out of them. Well, since it's a little chilly today, you can even mash them to mix with a warm glass of milk. Kane's working hard to help his dad, so I have to do the same for my mum. I don't really understand it yet, but I want to try doing some bookkeeping for the stall someday. I have a sneaking suspicion that our neighbor Kane has inspired Chell to put more effort into helping out with the stall lately. Not that it's anything to complain about. Chilly days like these are a perfect match for our piping hot kebabs. Buy now, and I'll even cram some extra meat on as a bonus. Well, this is quite a harvest they have today. These tomatoes in particular are impeccable in colour, shape and taste, and affordable to boot. Maybe I'll run some over to Victor's place later. Okay, so we can't go to Treon Tower now, or Seedon. I think that's good that they limit where we can go. I am of the opinion that the jewelry one purchases should befit their station, but I don't disapprove of those who buy expensive trinkets in hopes that they'll one day be worthy to wear them. What say you, boys and girls? Care to make an early investment in the person you might become?
We've got the best goods that
Hey,
money
hey,
can buy.
welcome.
Welcome. We've got some nice tender salmon in stock today. Simmer 'em, bake 'em, fry 'em in a pot. They're so fresh you can even eat them raw if you want. Raw? That's common in Far Eastern culture, I believe. We call it sashimi. I always thought it was a normal thing to eat over here too, though. You'll see it at some Eastern restaurants from time to time, but it's definitely not the norm. Raw fish goes good with soy sauce in case you ever eat it that way. Just ask any Far Eastern stalls if you want to know more. Fun fact about the salmon we're selling today, Peggy made the winning bid on it at the fish market this morning. I was there for support, of course, but believe me when I say my little girl is a force to be reckoned with. Sharp as a tack, cute as a button. I couldn't be prouder to have a daughter like her. A slight sprinkle of snow makes the Centre Marché look so stylish. It does the same to me when I'm going around pushing sales too.
It's so lively around here.
Just when I think we're in for warmer weather, the universe surprises us with a sheet of snow. My hot foods are selling like, well, hotcakes now thanks to that. On the flip side, it means I'm starting to run out of certain ingredients. I source everything from here in the Centre Marché anyway, though, so it's not too big of an issue. Cold weather like today calls for a nice toasty cocktail, wouldn't you say? For the casual drinker, I recommend adding a bit of hot water to dilute the alcohol content. It'll go down smoother that way. Welcome. Do you care for some fresh fish? If you're wondering why I'm working a side gig, it's because the two things we need most on our path to idol stardom are mirror and stamina. We're always out doing part-time deliveries for the same reason. Natalie's even signed on as our manager. With you, success story starts here. We've just got to keep up the momentum. Let's see, checking a fish's eyes is supposed to tell you how fresh it is. But how do I know if it's good or bad again? Kane plans to cook dinner for us tonight. He even insisted on shopping for the ingredients himself. As tempting as it is to throw my 2 mirror in, I'll just keep quiet and watch from the side.
This is kind of fun.
Word is that Hayway's newest family is officially up and running. The Centre Marché will probably feel the effects of that to some degree via Langport's commercial flow. I'll have to keep a watchful eye on how things develop. I'm sick. Oh, hello, Lulua. We heard you're having a live concert tomorrow? Yep, that's right. It'll be over at the venue in Riverside. Make sure to tell all your customers about it. Well, we'll certainly do our best to. I'll go tell a few of my friends right now. Great, thank you so much. Oh, and if there's ever anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. Whether it's cleaning or carrying heavy boxes, I'll do just about anything for you guys. No, you're still as thoughtful as ever, aren't you? I appreciate the offer, Lulua. I'll let you know if anything comes up. Oh, this place always brightens right up when Lulua comes by. I'll go say hello to her in a bit.
Oh, hello! Welcome!
Hello.
You're welcome back anytime.
Initializing planner mode.
I'm so happy.
Yay. But the lunar lamp. It's... yeah. It's not super great.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Lindbaum. And that's Mirage. But is there anything?
Shard skills updated.
Take a look at my wares.
The only way I'm gonna survive in this industry is by upping my brand value. Publicity and sales are important, sure, but little stunts won't change the big picture here. What I need to do is come up with a one-of-a-kind signature design that nobody else can make.
Anything strike your fancy? Thanks.
Initializing planner mode.
Thanks a bunch, Van.
Alba District. Alright, here we are in the Alba District. This is where that patient from Isabel's clinic fled to, presumably. But how exactly are we going to find him? Going by the dude's mumbling, he'll be steering clear from the embassies if he can help it. Other than that, we're pretty hard up for clues. Actually, I've got one thing we can try. Isabel gave this guy something specifically made to treat his condition, right? She said as much, yeah. But what difference does that make? I believe I see your implication. Let me just check if my idea holds any water first. Hello, hello. Is something the matter? We're on the hunt for your patient, but figuring out how to pick up his trails got us stumped. So I had a question for you. Is it possible to track any ingredients of that medication you gave him? You want us to track the medicine itself? Oh, really thinking outside the box, I see. The dosages were delivered both orally and via injection. In other words, the medicine he ingested might leave detectable particles when he exhales. I can send you the name of the drug if you need. That'd be great. I'll let you get back to it then. Knock him dead out there. Well, you know what I mean. Now I understand. The patient's breathing was laboured. If the traces he left are spaced closely enough, we may be able to perform a shard search. Right, and factoring in wind displacement would allow us to reverse calculate their origin points too. Then allow me to test whether a shard search detects any matches to this pharmaceutical's components. Sure, take it away. The traces are discernible, if only faintly. A shard search would indeed be feasible, albeit more difficult to follow than usual. You're incredible, Reset. I figures you're a tech whiz. Wouldn't be much of a Marduk concierge otherwise. Your praise honors me. Alright, let's get this show on the road. The longer we take, the more off the mark Reset's calculations will get. Right. Those women are teachers at Aramis, right? Don't tell me. Are they in a love triangle? Wait, no. There I go again. Go away, bad thoughts. You won't get me this time.
And after that, I went over and gave him a piece of my mind.
There's the dormitory. Looks like someone left some marks behind here. He might have stopped to take a break on the bench. Yes, getting so far as the Orbit District must have been extremely taxing for him. I need to hurry and bring him back to Isabel. It's almost time for the Aramis Academy Festival. Seeing all the students rushing about reminds me that another year has passed. I'm glad to hear they'll be holding the event again this year.
Welcome to Andalusia Patisserie.
I want...
Holland makes the most beautiful cakes, and it's almost spring, which means he'll be adding a limited edition seasonal cake to the menu. I can't wait to taste it. Well, if it isn't Van, I believe it's been about a month since you last visited, no? Sorry, I had some work to do outside the city. Come to think of it though, aren't you supposed to be unveiling your seasonal cake for spring soon? I've been looking forward to it for a while now. Yes, well, I'm afraid we've fallen a little behind schedule with planning recently, but I'll try to have it ready by the end of April at least. Just a little longer, I promise. Alright. The good news is that we have plenty of extra projects in the works at the moment. We'll be busy for a while yet. Our seasonal cake is one of our most anticipated signature items, however. I'll have to make sure it satisfies my most loyal customers. Again, thank you for grading all those tests, you two. Of course, Miss Leifer. Oh, by the way, I wanted to apologize for being unable to attend that party yesterday. It was no bother to her. It turned into a bit of a girls' gossip party at the end anyway, so you really didn't miss much. Although I wouldn't be opposed to hearing more on Miss Sonia's marriage search, What do you say? You're right, that does sound quite interesting. You see, I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. Oh yeah, that political debate is happening tomorrow, isn't it? Let's talk about that instead. You know, I actually did want to hear your thoughts on the matter, Miss Doa. Why don't we leave that for a later time? I'm still curious about what else Miss Sonia has to share. Huh. Don't think I've ever seen that black-haired teacher before. The female teachers of Aramis. I'm sure they must be a hoot. Well, you're not wrong. I'd like to put aside the topic of marriage for a moment, so... Oh, today's my cheat day, actually. That means I can get to chow down on all the sweets I can stomach. Well, I'd certainly like to join you. Don't get a stomach ache. Giordano. It was bumper to bumper on the expressway. Had to take the back roads to get here. I've got a few prior commitments to take care of at the moment, but I should be back in my usual spot by noon. Anyway, if you need anything, just give me a holler, alright? It feels like the embassies have been having some issues lately. See, His Highness usually takes the time to greet me whenever he stops by, but something about him seemed off today. Well, maybe I'm just imagining things. Snow is very rare indeed. I wonder if the goddess decided the weather on a whim today. Oh, anyway, please feel free to take the chance to warm yourself up inside the cathedral. We'll try to keep the temperature as comfortable as possible.
Let us pray.
Ah, it's inside that room. Father Watson went to meet with one of his friends in Old Town. Whenever I hold class during Sunday school, I'm reminded of how fulfilling friendships can be. Make sure you all remember to take care of the people who matter to you. I brought in a piano. You're getting a high quality education in this place. As time moves forward, politics will continue to transform. However, we must remember to retain our principles. Goddess, may you continue to guide Ryan into a brighter future. Anybody? Yep. What a relief it is to know he's well. His destination certainly gave me cause for worry at first, but it appears my fears were unfounded. Well, if that concern allayed, I suppose I should start preparing for afternoon mass. Kinda sounds like he's talking about Master. Well, whatever. Not like worrying about him will get me anywhere. Let's go. Okay, we got all the shots. This is as far as the trail goes. A runaway patient must have passed through this gate then. But why? All it leads to is an abandoned subway line. There's a possibility that he has a fake passport, if you'll recall. In which case, his goal would be to either leave the country illicitly, or obtain a fraudulent visa. Given that, choosing this route would imply that he's attempting to escape the capital. I see now. He's planning to lose his pursuers by sneaking out underground. Sure, but the border's not exactly a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Elba district. It'd take a real nutcase to make that trek with a body falling apart at the seams. Just goes to show how desperate he is. But the only way to know what he's going through is to ask the guy himself. Let's go inside and get to searching. Keep your heads on a swivel just in case. Tamam. The team entered the abandoned subway line and proceeded into its depths. Then, in the distance, they spotted the figure of a man on the run. Shoot, they're gaining on me already. Nothing else for it. So won't buy much time, but I'm short on options. Just a little further until we catch up. Think again. Rats, he slipped away. And I think I just heard a locking gauge. These doors look old, but the security system seems to be relatively new. Most likely, it can only be released from the opposite end. What now? Maybe there's a detour we can take? Going the long way would just give him a free pass to shake us off. Good point. We're better off keeping up the chase through here. He looked pretty bone-tired just now. My bet's that he'll take this chance to rest. How do you plan to open these doors then? The only way we can, by unlocking them from the inside. Think your little friend can help us out with that, Katra? Oh, I get it. You want Theo to wrap around and disengage the lock. Theo, reporting for duty. But how are they supposed to get to the other side? There's a duct back over there. Probably connects to this room, structurally speaking. There you have it, Theo. Try sneaking in through the duct. Understood, Katra. Initiating auto mode. Dang it. Ah, dang it. Dang it. Duck successfully traversed. Now proceeding to release lock. Way to go, Theo. I was wondering why I didn't hear any footsteps. Turns out he barely even took one. Damn it. Oh, can't let them get me. Is he alright? His face is pale and he's sweating up a storm. Given the medication we brought, the side effects are starting to manifest. The group had the man ingest the medicine Isabel had given them. Thank goodness we were able to remedy the situation. I owe you guys my life. What exactly am I thinking, though? First I thought you were the ones chasing me. We're from Arkwright Solutions, the Blacklight District doctor who took you in sent us a request. Apparently if you stop your treatment partway through, the side effects could be fatal. She wants you to hurry back ASAP. Said she'd look after you until everything's done and dusted. Side effects? So that's what had me hurting like never before. But more importantly, you said you Arkwright Solutions, right? Now that I get a closer look, I recognize you. You're that Spriggan who works with the police and guild from time to time. You've even got ties to Kincaid from the Integrated Analysis Division. That'll teach me to let my guard down. You're here to take me back too, aren't you? Not the place I expected this... Not the place I'd expect the spectacled sadist to get name-dropped. So when you say you're being chased by someone, you're talking about the CID? I knew this guy looked familiar somehow. He was there when I met with Renee at the cafe. He used to be a member of the Imperial Intelligence Division. Believe me, if I could stop getting tangled up with Renee, I would. We've got no plans to hand you over into the CID, if that's what you're worried about. Heck, we ain't even gonna rat you out. That don't mean we're on the same side though. Think of us as more of a neutral party. If we really wanted to capture you, we would have kept those meds to ourselves. Perhaps you'd feel more comfortable having the guild intervene in lieu of a Spriggan. Were the CID to demand your extradition though, we would have no choice but to comply. If that isn't to your liking, I suggest you begin explaining what this is about. Fine, I'll talk. My name is Hubert. I'm with the 2nd External Affairs Division of the CID, and I'm sick and tired of being used as a pawn for their international information wars. So I'm running away from both them and the Imperial Intelligence Division in the hopes of reaching the Free Cities. Not just the CID, but the Intelligence Division as well? You must have held a pretty important position too, being part of an international information war. Important, he says. They treated me as nothing more than a puppet. I was a double agent for both the Empire and Republic. A quadruple agent, if you will. A quadruple agent? Not even a movie would go for something so convoluted. How the hell did you land yourself in that gig? I was originally affiliated with the Imperial Army's Intelligence Division, but after the war I gave up on Erebonier entirely. So I struck a deal. If I brought them the head of a certain co-worker of mine, the CID would let me join them. Simply put, I shifted allegiance to the Republic. So up until then, you were just a simple spy. Then my target, the Scarecrow, caught on to my secret mission. He threatened me into pretending to be a double agent that had sworn loyalty to the Republic while following the Empire's instructions instead. Playing double agent for two nations, and then maneuvering to give one party the upper hand. Such are the activities of a triple agent. Yes, but then the CID caught wind of my circumstances. So they started giving me baited intel, fully anticipating that I would deliver it to the Empire. It only just hit me recently. But I've been dancing in the palm of their hand for who knows how long. And that's how you end up a quadruple agent. I think I kinda get it, sorta, except not really. Just listening to this is giving me a stress ulcer. You know, it was when I crossed over to the Republic that my health started going to pot. Each superpower would browbeat me into probing the other day after day, to the point where I couldn't spare a second to hold a grudge against Arundel. I didn't have the energy to go to the doctors, and whatever time off I had was spent sleeping like a corpse. Wow, and here I thought government jobs were cushy. I don't remember when it happened, but all of a sudden I got the urge to throw my career out the window and leave everything behind. Today was the day I finally acted on the escape plan I'd been ironing out. But when I went to the Blacklight District to pick up my fake passport, I sensed the CID nearby. While trying to hide myself, my condition worsened until I became the wreck you see now. Nevertheless, I was determined to use these abandoned lines to flee the capital. They worked you raw. I get how you'd be fed up with that. But even still, I'd say you brought it all on yourself. Excuse me? When it comes down to it, this whole thing stems from you going turncoat on the Empire. You're lucky they didn't lock you up for treason. Hey, Fair Doc. How we doing today? You're lucky they didn't lock you up for treason, or worse, put you up on the execution block. Just the fact that your neck's still intact makes this the better bargain by far. That's good to hear. But hey, what do I know, right? Either way, you're coming with us. Like I already said. I'm doing alright. Hubert? Is it the side effects again? No, the medicine that we administered should still be in effect. Perhaps this is a symptom of the affliction itself. Come to think of it, Isabel never told us what he was actually suffering from. Hubert, can you tell us the name of your condition? How do you expect me to know? What does it even matter? My time is up anyway. This isn't your run-of-the-mill sickness, not when this pain's this excruciating. Death is coming for me. I can already see the light. No, you can't give up now. It may not help much, but I can perform some recovery arts on you. Don't bother. Honestly, I've been thinking. Even if I do make your life as a fugitive, I won't have long to enjoy it. Yeah, those are my two thingies. Raid one. Yeah, a friend of mine, name's Iro, drew them for me. Way I see it, this is my punishment for the web of lies I've been weaving. But you know what? That's okay. I gave it all I had and got as far as I could. Pull it together. You aren't beyond saving just yet. Come on guys, let's just haul him over to Isabel. Well, that is what we were hired to do. He sounds pretty intent on dying here, but it's not like we're beholden to that or anything. There's some very creative emotes out there. The choice is yours, Van. I don't know. Dragging folks along by force goes against my style. Nah, my hair's too long and luxurious. Looks like I'm gonna have to say something to make him change his mind. Yeah, do the hydrate. Water is good. From what he's told us, this guy's got ambition in spades. I could try to goad him on that, stoke his will to live. On the other hand, even if he's already chosen death, maybe I can try to convince him to reconsider things objectively. We're gonna stoke his sense of ambition. Yeah, I'll go with this plan. Forget it, Agnes. We're leaving him. We are? How can you be so heartless? Oh, and starting in 3 minutes. Besides, the whole point of this request was for us to bring him to the clinic. What good would it do to lug back a guy who's already happy to lie in his grave? You're satisfied with the life you lived, right? And the best thing we can do is respect your dying wish. Mr. Arkwright. Reverse psychology. Classic. There's just one thing that's bugging me, if you don't mind my asking. Why'd you give up on the Empire and defect to the Republic after the war? You wouldn't have done that unless there was something you expected from them, something you could no longer hope for. It'd have to be worth switching sides for, too. So what was it? Yeah. Got a couple of mods. They're good people. What else? Status, power, money. I wanted it all. Did you now? That's funny. From what I've been hearing, you haven't gotten a single one of those things yet. That's... Even if you flee to another country, all you have to show for it are the CID on your ass, a debilitating disease, and zero motivation. Seems like a total wash from start to finish. But if it's any consolation, you made for a pretty hilarious quadruple agent. Might get me a few laughs in my next drinking session. What, are you mocking me? My work spans 2 major superpowers. I fought at the front lines on the fields of counter-espionage. If it weren't for that bastard Arundel, or that CID upstart Kincaid, I'd have filled my aspirations ages ago. Hubert, I understand how you feel, but yelling will only make your condition worse. Indeed, though I should note that his heretofore declining blood pressure has begun to rise again. Wow, Van must have really steamed him up. So you finished saying your piece to me? If not, you can let the rest off your chest at the clinic. Alright. Yeah. Thanks for dropping by, Fair Dark. Get some good sleeps. See ya. To hell with the consequences. Take me wherever you damn well please. You practically had to pry the words out of your mouth. Just let us handle it from here. That one could have gone either way. Nicely played, Van. No worries. I'm here every single day. No worries. Yeah, I stream probably about, on average, 7 to 8 hours a night. Every single day of the week. So there's always a chance that you'll find me. Well done bringing him back. You make it look so easy. I wish. That wound wound up being way more of a hassle than we bargained for. Did it now? I already had the impression he was tougher than most, the way he scurried off his sickbed. Sounds good. Ugh. I can't take it any longer. You're in critical condition, alright? See ya. Hey, what are you snickering about? Someone's life is on the line here. Is Hubert going to be okay, Isabel? If there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. I get that you kids have moral compasses for hearts, but I'd advise against playing nurse here. The treatment process will be a bit difficult to watch. Better to spare your eyes as well as his dignity. Out of curiosity, what exactly is he suffering from? Did I never tell you? It's a... Oh, no. No. It's a urinary calculus. Pardon? You mean like math? Not quite. In medical terms, calculi are stone-like crystals that form internally due to extreme stress or an irregular lifestyle. In most cases, they're found in the kidney or bladder and block the urethra, affecting the bladder and stomach before spreading all throughout. No. No kidney stones. Oh, that poor man. I feel genuinely bad for that man. The patient is then struck with enough pain to make death a mercy. They're in perfect health once the stones are expelled from their body, though. Mind summing that up for us? Simply put, it's not an untreatable disease. Most cases can be cured without surgery. Are you kidding me? I mean, I guess it's better than being in mortal danger, but still. My expectations do feel a little betrayed. Say it like it is. We got played. Now. To be fair, everything she said from the get-go implied that the medication was all he needed. You should have spoken up the moment you realized that. No, there has to be some mistake. It feels like I have a full set of knives filleting me from the inside. Pain depends on the size of the stone. In your case, it's decently large at about 0.4 Reg. Don't worry, I'll give you a shot to ease your suffering. Though it'll still be quite intense until the stone passes. You're just going to have to buck up and keep yourself hydrated. So all I can do is power through? Doctor's orders, I suppose. This is also draining. But look on the bright side. Now you're on the road to recovery. And with that, the request is successfully completed. Though for Mr. Hubert, the issue of the CID yet remains. Hate to leave you hanging, but this is the part where we pull out. We won't go out of our way to blab to the CID about you. But if push comes to shove, we've got no reason to keep our lips shut. You did say you were a neutral party. Not that it's any business of ours, but have you given any consideration as to what you'll do next? About that. You telling me off gave me a lot to chew on. I'd rather keep my distance from the CID until this stone passes. But afterward, I think I'll go back to them. Is that so? Absolutely. I'm not ready to go out as one of history's least memorable footnotes. I've been playing the deception game on a national scale for 2 entire countries. You can't even imagine how many state secrets I know. What's more, I'm in a position to watch how Arundel and Kincaid play their cards. As for the fake intel they're feeding me, I'm sure I can get plenty of use from it. All this to say, I'm going to stay a quadruple agent and build up my own place in the world. Then someday, I'll rise high enough to wrap Arundel and Kincaid around my finger instead. Clearly your imagination is more powerful than mine. It sounds like a pipe dream for now, but imagine the drama if it ever became a reality. I don't see the issue. Either dream big or not at all. Renee can deal with the aftermath on the off chance he actually makes anything of it. I can't help but feel a little bad for Mr. Kincaid. Whatever your 5-year plan is, you can wait until after we take care of that stone. Let's get some painkillers in you before the next wave hits. Go on, head inside. Right away, Doctor. Guess this is goodbye then. Thanks for everything, truly. I'll transfer you your payment like always. Appreciate it. Get well soon, Hubert.
I hope I was of assistance.
Yeah.
Reward deposited.
Alright, got nothing else to do. We'll meet Maxim at the cafe. Should we cut things short here and meet up with Maxim? Yeah.
Hey, there you guys are.
And not a moment too soon. I believe it's been a month since we've seen one another, Van. Apart from in the garden, that is.
Has it been that long already? Doesn't feel like it, where you've been helping my assistants. Gonna take a wild stab though, and say you ain't here just to catch up. I'll explain that and more to you in a bit, but first sit down and take a load off. Thank you for placing an order for us, though I do feel a bit guilty of letting you pay. Yeah, no need to put yourself out on our account. Just think of it as a reward for all the times you were there for me. Don't mind if I do then. So, let's start with what Renee's doing here. Not that I don't already have an idea. Right, won't beat around the bush. Long story short, today's Grand Prix is being targeted by anti-immigration terrorists. For real? Wait, am I the only one who's surprised by that? Well, all the signs so far were sort of pointing to it. First off, we came in knowing that leftover anti-immigration terrorists were still kicking about. Then we've got the Z1 Grand Prix finals, which immigrants are going to turn up in droves to see. Add to that the involvement of a COD analyst, and the rest is self-explanatory. I see what you mean now. Plus, one of the favourites in today's race is Aslan, who comes from the Central East. It only makes sense that the terrorists would have their sights set on him. You're absolutely correct. Even despite the existence of Red Star, races in the past were exclusively of white descent. But in recent years, the number of Eastern and Central Eastern races has grown to the point where they're no longer an exception. Among them, a star of hope for the Central Easterners was born in the form of Aslan. Nowadays, there are quite a few people who view the Z1 races as a symbol of ethnic integration. I can definitely feel it going in that direction. But of course, anti-immigration terrorists wouldn't take much of a fancy to that. So they've demanded that the race's organisers call off the Z1 Grand Prix altogether. And by they, I mean the True Grievance Brigade. From what I hear, they also demanded that the police release their fellow members who were caught hiding in Aramis. I see, so the remnants really are still active. It's just as we suspected. They'll stop at nothing to achieve their goals, but of course, you ain't given to their demands, right? That goes without saying. The Grand Prix organisers haven't even considered suspending the event. And naturally, the CID plans to do everything in its power to address the situation. To start, we'll be establishing a strict watch in and around the circuit venue as a precautionary measure. However, these radicals have little left to lose. The more we tighten the screws, the likelier it is that they'll involve innocent people. You certainly can't be too careful, given the decent number of members purported to be at large. So as a bit of added insurance, you want to enlist the aid of Archive Solutions, which at this particular moment means you get Elaine as part of the package. Classic Renee, the pampered prince never misses a trick. Enough with the pampered prince bit, and it's Mr. Kincaid to you. But yes, as you've surmised, the CID would like to once again issue an official 4SPG. Your task is to flush out and apprehend the terrorists. Your assigned area will be the Speedway's interior. In the meantime, my men and I will handle the perimeter. Sounds like a plan. By the way, I'll be acting as a liaison between you and the event management, so if there's anything you need to pass on, just give me a call. Understood. Right then, I'd better head out. Got a few things to take care of before the race. Sure thing. Catch you later. The True Grievance Brigade. It didn't seem as if they were tied to any other forces back at Aramis either. But there's a definite chance that someone will capitalize on their schemes, just like before. Hey, as long as they put up a decent fight. Speak for yourself, I'd rather they call it quits. Anyway, let's scarf down some lunch and get to investigating. March 21st, 11:32 a.m. Capital of Calvert, Edith, 12th District, Grand Circuit. It's stopped snowing. So it has, though it's still a little overcast. The Grand Circuit, Edith's 12th District. I remember looking around here with Vern during the Revolution Festival. Yeah, he was sightseeing like no one's business. This is my first time in the area. Wait, what's that? Ah, you mean the Ferris wheel. It's an attraction in which one rides a gondola attached to a rotating rim, allowing them to take in the surrounding views. Cool. Is it like taking the Aerotram in Basel? It doesn't feel quite the same, but there's definitely a resemblance visually. You may not know it, but this place also has one of the most up-to-date bouldering facilities out there. There are some who make it a hobby of scaling natural rock formations with just their bare hands. Bouldering imitates that in a safe environment for people to enjoy, right? Someone's been reading up. I tried it out on one of my days off, and let me tell you, it really gets your blood pumping. Oh yeah? Color me intrigued. Unlike the Ferris wheel, this is the kind of thing you can have fun with solo. I get where you're all coming from. But now ain't the time to be fooling around. Come on, let's go check the perimeter before we head into the speedway.
The beer garden is awfully crowded today.
It sure is. Wait, isn't that...
The moment you've all been waiting for has arrived. The
Wait.
final race of this year's Z1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Is it?
Which team is going to bring home the gold? You won't want to miss a single second of this race, folks.
Welcome to the official Z1 shop. Enjoy your visit.
Alright, doesn't look like there's any shards lying around here. You can't overstate how important aerodynamics are for an F1 vehicle. Airflow causes downforce, which pushes the car against the ground, giving the tires a stronger grip. That's what lets them take sharp turns at high speeds without any problems.
We even have rare items that were used in actual races.
I asked the guy in leather at the counter which he thought was cooler, trains or Z1 cars. His response, how should I know what you like? Figure it out for yourself. What a wake-up call. It almost shocked me numb. It's just like the guy at the counter says, I've got to figure out what I like for myself. I couldn't even get behind the idea of wearing a dress shirt, even for work. After consulting with my manager, he permitted me to man the counter in my personal attire. As a matter of fact, doing so may actually put me more in line with this store's aesthetic. I should count myself lucky to work under someone so flexible.
You're free to look around. Come back whenever.
Well,
I want to ride, I want to ride.
We've had a lot more families and couples than usual today. What I wouldn't give to have a girlfriend myself. Who else am I supposed to ride the Ferris wheel with?
The final race of this year's Z1 Grand Prix is about to begin. Which team is going to bring home
The stands are packed to the brim today, so unless you have a reservation, I'm afraid it's standing room only. If you're still interested in purchasing a ticket, just let me know. Oh, it's Lyle and Julian. And Thelma's here too? Hey Agnes, hard at work again, huh? You're awfully passionate about your job, don't you think? What are you doing around here though? Is there some kind of trouble? We're just doing a little investigation is all. Did you three come to watch the race together? Well, Julian told me he'd never seen Z1 before. Figured since today's the finals and all, now would be the perfect chance. And I just invited myself along. Ah, I see. Well, I guess we'll see you guys later then. Why don't we all chat over tea sometime? Yeah, and let us know if there's anything we can help with, alright? Thank you very much. I'm pretty used to watching horses compete at the Heimdall racecourse back home. but this will be my first time seeing the Z1 in person instead of on a screen. I can hardly wait. Usually, when I swing around these parts, it's to pick up chicks, but today's the finals, so all my focus is going towards the race. Maxim's handsome and all, but the hottie who's really caught my eye these days is Aslan. Maybe I'll buy one of the photos of him they're selling over at the boutique. Hello and welcome to Shino's Bar. Can I interest you in a pre-race refreshment? Damn, Shino. This is a prime location to set up shop. Good for you. I'm not usually a fan of large events like these, but they aren't so bad on occasion. Thinking back, it's been about a year since I first opened. I've done business in so many places since. Maybe it's time to reflect on what I've learned. Is something wrong? Oh, don't mind me. Have a wonderful time. I hope you get to enjoy it to the fullest. That's a nice sentiment, but we didn't come here to play around. Only one thing for it. The sooner we get this shit squared away, the sooner we can let our hair down. That's the way to be. I'm not usually a fan of large events like these, but they aren't so bad on occasion. This final race will close out the season. I hope you get to enjoy it to the fullest.
Hello.
By Shino's Gelato.
Thank you.
And let's go. Oh, it's you two. Wow, there's so many people here. So where are the races? They're probably all getting ready. Alright, guess Aslan has to make sure he looks good for the winner's circle, huh? Hey, think maybe we can get him to sign something for us? You're right, I hear they usually do a bunch of stuff for the fans afterwards. Not that I really know, though. Professional racing requires superhuman levels of kinetic vision, reflexes and focus, but even those are nothing without nerves of steel. I used to dream about being a racer myself, but I gave up once I realized I didn't have what it takes. I've never been to the Z1 until now. Harry told me loads about how cool it's going to be. I hope his dad makes it in time to watch it with us. Yeah, I can't wait. Dad's late again. He even promised we'd watch the race together today. This was supposed to make up for last time too. What's his deal? All he ever cares about is work, 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 grumble, grumble. Not long now until the race begins. I sure hope Hawker gets here in time. After all, he was the one who suggested we take the boys out to see it. He even had to pull a few strings to set us up with our tickets. Harry's going to be crushed if he doesn't show up. He'll show up, I have faith. Yay! That's all there is to it. Hope that helps. Wow, he climbed up so nimbly. Choosing an efficient route really makes a difference. I think I'm starting to get the gist of this.
Okay.
It's... Wait. Dominique? The hustle and bustle over at the racetrack is on a whole nother level today. It almost feels like a festival. I'll drink to that.
Come on in and eat your fill.
Not to pat my own back, but here at Golden Hour, we always spare some extra kindness for younger racers. I've given out free meals to the ones down on their luck more than a few times. It wasn't often, but I even treated the great Maxim Lugan on occasion. I'll never forget the day he brought a boatload of customers into my seats. Said it was his way of paying me back, now that he's made it big.
My stuff can't be beat. I'll be waiting for you.
Working here lets me rub elbows with more racers than I can count. The goal is to eventually bag myself one of the moneymakers like Maxim Lugan. Then I'll be set for life. At least that's the fantasy that keeps me going. Reality can be cruel sometimes. Where's Yume?
Oh, hello everyone.
So you guys decided to come too, huh?
On business, but yeah. Forget that. What are you doing here, Granny?
I'll have you know, Victor and I go way back.
Of course.
He used to work at one of my go-to restaurants during my glory days.
At one point, Dominique took a real fancy to my cooking. Ever since, she's been giving me pointers in just about everything. I wouldn't have been able to get Mamar up and running without her support.
You don't say. Never would have guessed you two had a history. It's definitely a shocker. But that's not what I meant. What are you doing here at the Grand Circuit? Or do I even need to ask? Come to think of it, I recall hearing that you've offered advice to professional athletes before. Does that mean you're here to coach the Z1 races?
Only the ones on the younger side. Though I've also been putting in my 2 mirror on how they're running this whole affair.
Judith and Van sure weren't exaggerating about her. She's a granny of all trades if I ever saw one. Yet she rarely ventures into the public eye. I see now why the rumors refer to her as a legend. Bet she could hold up in a scuffle too. Dames like her must be 1 in a million. Alright, enough feeding her ego. What I want to know is, where'd Yums get off to? Oh, that's right, I don't see her around.
She and Maxim made a promise to ride the Ferris wheel together. They should be back before long, though.
A playdate, huh? Those two are pretty chummy now. Nothing to worry about then, right? Save for the potential terrorist situation. Let's check around the Ferris wheel just in case.
Ooh, a Ferris wheel. I'm getting the urge to climb all the way to the top of it.
What kind of crazy-ass urge is that? And don't even think about trying it. You hear me?
The panic. My dad used to work for a famous 3-star restaurant a long time ago. Apparently Dominique was a big help to him back then. It's been much too long since I last saw her. She's still as busy as ever, it seems. I'll have to keep my ears open for any stories she has to share. The hair color looks awfully similar. Dominique has done much for me over the years. I'll have to treat her to another meal at our place. I'd extend that invite to Chloe too, if she weren't so busy all the time. Even Mum? Have some mercy. That bistro's the only sanctuary I've got left. You're turning pale, Judith. What's the matter? More than we'll ever know. Just give her some space for now. Get the sense that you didn't come here for a simple day at the races. Well, we'll just leave it at that. I've got no plans to horn in on whatever spriggin' business you're up to. In fact, I expect you to aim high and soar, this being your home turf. That goes double for you, Judith. Ugh, does she always have to turn the screws on me?
Cheers, everyone!
I want to ride.
So this is the Ferris wheel. It makes you feel so short from up close.
That was so much fun.
I'm glad to hear it.
Oh, it's Van and his friends.
Hey all, how's the operation going?
Operation?
You can relax. We'll get the job done. So Yume, how was riding the Ferris wheel with Maxim?
I could see the whole circuit from the tippy top.
Wow, that must be the best seat in the house.
Yeah. Too bad we couldn't stay on it longer.
Oh, well, you know what they say. Time flies when you're having fun. Tell you what, if we get another chance, I'll go around 3 more times with you.
Really? Cross your heart?
Cross my heart. I'll make sure Yume here gets back to Paulette safe and sound. Oh, and before I forget, I've already arranged to get you guys into the Speedway. Just give your names at the ticket counter and they'll let you through. Best of luck out there.
For sure. Thanks.
Bye, Van. Bye, everyone.
Looks like Maxim is headed straight for the racetrack himself. Is something bothering you, Van? Nah, it's nothing. We're gonna want to follow his lead soon.
Alrighty then. Let me figure out how much I want to bet, and
Aaron, no betting and no getting drunk either.
I wasn't gonna. Hey, come on, chill. It was just a joke.
Was it though? Was it really?
At any rate, we're here strictly on business. Do try to contain yourself.
I love how they all just give him shit. Oh, hey Van. It's almost time for the race to start. I'm so excited. Do you think Maxim's gonna win? Now that Yume is back, it's about time we headed over to the racetrack. There's no hurry though. Maxim made sure to get some good seats lined up for us. How very thoughtful of him. I do hope you enjoy yourselves. We need to take care of those terrorists before they ruin everything for Paulette and her family.
All we've been waiting for has arrived. The final race of this year's.
Should we give our names at the counter and head into the speedway? Yes. Are you looking to purchase a ticket? Unless you have a reservation, I'm afraid it's standing room only. The name's Van Aykroyd. Maxim Lugan should have something set up for us. Oh, so you're friends with Mr. Lugan. My apologies. Mr. Van Aykroyd, was it? Yes, I have you right here. That'll be 9 event passes for you. Go right ahead and enter the venue. Got it. The VIP treatment isn't so bad. March 21st, 12:03 PM. It's a little past noon, and the race is scheduled to start at 2 PM sharp. Couldn't ask for better driving weather either. Yes, it feels great outside and the sky is clearing up nicely. On the other hand, the stands are already filling in, even with 2 hours to go. Just goes to show how much they're champing at the bit. This is, after all, the Grand Prix's annual finals. The crowd's fervour is almost palpable. How do we plan on finding those bozos then? Don't tell me you plan on grilling the audience one seat at a time. Even with so many people here, doing that would only draw unwanted attention to us. Incidentally, Renee gave you some sort of data before we parted. What was it? Just a little trick to help us zero in on the enemy. The terrorist's weaponry of choice is specially designed to bypass standard metal detectors. As luck would have it, we managed to get our hands on a similar model from the Blacklight district. If you install this data and perform a shard search, it should be able to identify them. Best of luck. Ah, the CID thinks of everything. I'd call it over-preparing, but if it saves us some hassle, then we might as well roll with it. I'll forward the data to you guys, that way we can split up and cover as much ground as possible. Our first order of business will be to pinpoint any terrorists hiding at the speedway. Then we surround them, close in, and corral the whole group at once. Simple as that. There's just one thing. I want Reset to act as our operator. That means compiling everybody's findings and passing along my instructions when needed. As you wish. Good. Now let's get this done. Right. Alright, we're all fanned out. Time for me to start moving too.
Okay, the Zyphas are all set up. Now we just need to do a shard search. We've got to catch these terrorists so we can keep Yume and the others safe.
My uncle's been giving me predictions left and right on the final race. Edwis and Inga are definitely neck and neck for the top spot, but there's snowy roads in the mix. Thankfully, the weather's lightened up a bit, so anything could happen, you know? And I'm so nervous I can hardly concentrate. Yeah, if Lena or Red Star get first place here, they could end up winning the whole Grand Prix. Oh boy, things are so heated I might just lose my mind. Oh, I see you guys are enjoying yourselves. Yeah, I've been going to the Z1 since I was 3, but the adrenaline of the last race never gets old. You should hurry and grab a seat, Van. It should be starting any second. I'm here on business, actually. Gotta take care of it fast so the rest of you in the stands can have a good time.
Alrighty.
For the record, my favourites to win are Inga and Lino. And Team Ingat's got a decent chance of bringing it home. But obviously, I want Lino to do well too, since I drive a car ball myself. Maxim here has a pretty good shot of taking his 4th championship in a row, though oh, I'm so excited my heart's about to jump out of my chest. Aslan's given the veterans a real run for the mirror this year. Maxim can't afford to slip up today. Not that it's all riding on him. This sport's as much about the car and pit crew's performance as it is the drivers. First place is still up for grabs. That's what gets us so fired up in the stands. This could be anyone's race, but my money's on Red Star all the way. Why? Because I'm Team Red Star for life. Hell, I'd blow my savings on them and thank them for the opportunity. When I say I'm ride or die, I mean it. Nah, can't they get this show on the road already? I actually wonder how the track actually looks. How many curves does it have? What's up? You looking for something? The race is starting soon, so you'll want to hurry back to your seat. We've been in ours since early morning. Wouldn't want to miss out on this pre-event pit prep. Ingo might stand a chance at winning the Grand Prix if they earn enough points in the finals. But to do that, Aslan will have to pull ahead and snatch first place away from Maxim Lugan. We're in for quite a riveting race. Anybody with eyes can see that Atlas is going to win. I mean, come on, it's Maxim Lugan. First place is made for him. Red Star isn't likely to pull off a victory this year, but I still believe in miracles. Well, feel that energy. It's what pit girls like us live for. Everybody make sure to root for Maxim, okay? Just think, you'll be right here to witness him take his historic 4th Z1 Grand Prix championship in a row. Most consider Atlas and Ingot to be the top 2 contenders in the Z1, but we at Red Star have been steadily climbing the ranks, as has Lino. So be sure to keep an eye out for us on the track, okay? It's almost time. I've got to make sure these pre-race jitters come through in my article. Next on the agenda is to interview as many spectators as possible before those cars take off. Jake and Doris. Oh, Aslan, what a dreamboat. If he doesn't win today's race, I'll freak. This one time we asked Aslan for an autograph and he was all polite and gentlemanly about it. My girlfriend's been a super fan of his ever since. How do I feel about that? Don't even ask. You can do it, Lino. Go, go, go. Maybe if I wish hard enough, they'll pull off a miracle and turn the tables. They may be out of the championship running, but I've got high hopes for Lino all the same. I want them to show me they've still got enough fuel in their tanks to mount a comeback at next year's Grand Prix. I wish them all the best of luck.
We gotta hurry.
Listen, Carlos. You're the only one we can turn to for this. If you say no, we'll have to forfeit our slot. Give me a break. I retired a decade ago. My foot hasn't even healed all the way. The world of Z1 is no Sunday drive, you know. I won't argue that point, but still. Carlos. That's the guy who used to race for Lino way back when. He seems to be in deep conversation with one of their reps. Nothing's popping up on the search though, so I doubt they're with the terrorists. No sense poking into their business. Guess I'll go sweep the stands again.
Something's there. Do a shard search. Attention, today's
ride. The final race of this year's Z1 Grand Prix.
There's one.
Which team is going to bring home the gold? My favorite. You won't want to miss a single second of this race.
This is all so exciting.
I'm getting a hit from that guy. No two ways about it. Doesn't seem like he's part of a group, though. I'll just stand by and keep an eye on him until reset calls. The rest of the team have completed their investigations. Ultimately, the only positive search result was the man you came across. Yeah, I just checked with Renee. He said the others might be outside the arena. If not, then chances are that they're hiding somewhere on the racetrack. Anyway, I'm gonna move in on this one. Can you relay the plan to everyone else? Certainly. Excuse me, got a second? Need something? Let's just say you've been selected for a stop and search. Mind telling me about what you're concealing there? How could you possibly? And in case you get any funny ideas, we already have you surrounded. Surrender quietly. I didn't realize I'd drawn so much attention. So be it. Trying to make a suicide run? Not on my watch. Big talk for a little lady. So what does she make my spine chill? Bah, forget it. Sorry, but this road's closed. Give yourself up without a fuss, and you may still get off with a minimal sentence. But beauties bleed too? Guess escape's no longer an option. In that case... Comrades, to arms. So his playmates were hiding under shard camouflage. He wasn't just running around randomly. Nothing we weren't expecting. How are you holding up, Elaine? Perfectly fine, thank you. I think we can all agree that the odds are stacked against you. Even then, you're still gonna pick a fight? Don't take us lightly. We are the true grievance brigade, leaders Calvin needs most. Now that our sponsors have dropped us, our backs are against the wall. Shame we couldn't drag those blasted immigrants into this. We'll just have to settle for taking you down with us instead.
Comrades, let us make our stand!
Oh.
Mr. Arkwright!
Oh dear.
Activating skill! Now or never!
Have some more!
A chance! Activating drive! Ha! This goes out!
Yeah, how much stupid is this going to be?
Here goes!
Very. We're done for. Long live the Republic. They're down for the count. We could have gone for more of a challenge, to be honest. The Genesis still hasn't reacted so far. Does that mean there's no corrosion going on? It's difficult to say. This may not have been all of their surviving members. Right, we can't afford to drop our guards. For now, let's go hand these guys over to Renee. At the same time, the CID apprehended a separate unit of the True Grievance Brigade. When combined with the one Vance team had captured, all remnants of the group were accounted for and in custody. Thus did the brigade's plans to interfere with the Z1 Grand Prix and negotiate the release of their comrades skid to a halt. March 21st, 1:05 PM. Well, that takes care of the terrorists. So now what? Do we keep up the investigation here, or move somewhere else entirely? Good question. I'm still getting a whiff of something suspicious. The Genesis. It's reacting, so we're on the right track. At the very least, we need to stay sharp until the race is over and done with. Shall we take another turn through the stands and garages? Yeah, and anywhere else we can think of while we're at it. Poking around blindly irks me a bit, but I suppose it's the best we can do right now. Having flushed out the terrorists, Van and company continued their investigation with a wary eye.
Cars are off!
Yeah. With no suspicious activity to be found, the Z1 Grand Prix went on as scheduled. As the group remained vigilant, the race plowed ahead with a number of dramatic developments along the way. In the end, it was a showdown between Maxim and Aslan in a fierce and fervent bid for first place. While keeping in touch with the CID, Van and the others elected to watch the deciding moment from the stands. At long last, the race entered its final leg. Same day, 3:57 p.m.
Down to the final lap. Who will bring home the glory? The Red Comet or our new rising star?
Yeah, let's go.
It all comes down to this. We'll know the winner soon enough.
Will Maxim hold on to his lead, or will Aslan pull out in front?
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Who knew a bunch of guys driving in circles could hook you in like this?
I find myself unable to tear my eyes away.
Same here. Even I'm starting to feel anxious.
In all my years of watching the Z1, I can't remember the last time things were this hotly contested.
That's saying something coming from you. This is a dead heat for the history books.
You can do it, Maxim.
Just one more push. The finish line is right in your reach.
If he clinches this, he'll have a four-peat. Not that that means I'll forgive him.
Ooh, a last-minute maneuver.
Talk about a photo finish.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
Maxim?
Good goddess.
No, you may. Go back in time. How far back do we go? At 1:05 p.m. Well, that takes care of the terrorists. So now what? Do we keep up the investigation here or move somewhere else entirely? Good question. I'm still getting a whiff of something suspicious. This feeling. You remember what just happened? The explosion, I mean. We've gone through another rewind. I can sense it. Yes, it was right after we turned the terrorists over to Renee. But more to the point, we can't let that tragedy play out again. No shit, let's pull ourselves together and get to it. In order to do so, we need to get a firm grasp on what actually happened. An explosion of that scale couldn't have just been a simple crash. I'm of the same mind. In all probability, one of the Z1 cars had some manner of explosive attached to it. No way. But who would do that? We've already caught all of the terrorists. More remnants for one? Or perhaps a more reasonable theory is that they have a collaborator. From my point of view, the explosion seemed to originate from Aslan's vehicle. That was the way I saw it too. About this whole rewinding business though, what a profoundly fascinating experience. Still, I have a sneaking feeling that I've gone through this someplace before. Don't tell me she remembers the poison gas incident on Nemeth Island. Feels like we're getting tossed in a washing machine if I'm being real. Back on topic, it's a safe bet that Aslan's car is the one carrying the explosive. And Maxim was unlucky enough to get caught up in it too. If we're short on time, let's just work with what we know get to stepping. Yeah, let's make our way over to Ingot's garage and get a look at his ride. We'll give Renee and Maxim a heads up so they can run interference for us. Act 3, Route B, Grand Circuit, Tragedy. I understand the situation, but we already performed an inspection on the car before bringing it in. I'm fairly certain there are no issues to be found. Aslan. Maybe so, but this is a request from the CID. Not to mention, Maxim is worried for us too. It would really put me at ease if we could clear this up. Well, if you insist, then I suppose it's fine. Not to worry, this will take no time at all. Aslan's just as good a guy as we heard, huh? Yes, I'm glad he was willing to vouch for us. Rodney, what are you doing here? I thought the final checks were finished already. Oh, ain't that sketchy? Excuse me a sec. Hey, no need to rough up our mechanic. God, for the lousy timing. You're not Rodney. What in blazes? Is it me, or have we seen this guy's mug before? If I squint just right, yeah. He appears to have trimmed up a tad since our last encounter. That's some dedicated camouflage. But it wasn't enough to pull the wool over our eyes. He's the one who caused a stir over in Arasion, the anti-immigration activist Jacobin. Didn't think you had the cojones to strut around in the open. You're that infernal spriggan. Foil me once, shame on you, but twice? Van, I found the bomb. It was wedged in a gap under the engine cover. Nice work, Katra. I almost drove out with that. And so the miniature explosive attached to Aslan's Z1 race car was safely removed. The real mechanic, whom Jacobin had knocked out and tied up, was then found unharmed. From there, the Z1 Grand Prix kicked off once more, with competition heating up more than ever.
This time, it's Maxim tailing after Aslan.
The bomb added extra weight.
You're kidding! God damn it!
Not again. And we go back. Here we are again. Another rewind. The timing was exactly the same as before. In the end, we couldn't stop that tragedy from repeating itself. Though it did play out differently compared to the last time. Yeah, right down to how the race was going. But the part that stuck out to me the most was the size of the explosion. I noticed it too. It was smaller than before. Compared to the first explosion, it was way smaller, and the cars were slightly less damaged. You're right. I didn't see it in as much detail as Ferry, but I did have the same thought. What I don't understand is how it even happened. We definitely removed the bomb that was placed in Aslan's car. Then there must have been two from the very beginning. That's the only logical conclusion. The first explosion was caused by both bombs going off, while the second was caused by just one. Put that way, the logic checks out. In summary, an explosive was planted not only in Mr. Aslan's vehicle, but Mr. Lugan's as well. Do I have that right? Couldn't even get a word in edgewise there. But yeah, I'd say you all hit the nail on the head. You guys sure are a sharp bunch. Something tells me you're stumped on who actually planted the extra bomb though. A few ideas come to mind, but we don't have enough materials to narrow things down. And that brings us to you, Judith. I've got a job that only a resident prowler could pull off. I see where this is going. You want me to stake out the Atlas garage, right? Yep, the limelight's all yours. If everything goes right, we'll have our other culprit. But what about the ingot bomb? Are we just going to leave it be? We may have to let Jacobin walk for now. Apprehending him would be sure to cause a disturbance. And if that puts the other culprit on their guard, we'll be right back at square one. Time's not on our side, so I'll get right to it.
Come out, whoever you are. Huh? There's no room for doubt. It was right there in his hand. Still, him? I can hardly believe it. And there you have it. The culprit's none other than Maxim Lugan himself. But that begs the question, why is he sacrificing his own life just to take down a fellow competitor?
Well, good work either way. The possibility did cross my mind. Let's just put a pin in this for now. I've got one more favor to ask of our world-class Phantom Thief. Shoot. At this point I might as well go the whole Selge. This time it's right up your alley. I want you to pull a heist. You'll have to time it while Maxim's guard is down, just before the race begins. As for what you'll be stealing, what else could it be but those two bombs? Sounds like my kind of fun. You're on. Wait, how do you expect me to steal from two cars at the same time? No one said that you had to do it alone. Don't you got a top cat you can call on? March 21st, 1:55 p.m.
Racers are all lined up at the starting grid. And what's this? We have a surprise gift and message from His Highness Prince Cherie. Glory to Calvard and glory to the Z1 Grand Prix.
Well, that's new. Yeah, fireworks.
Haha! Here's a surprise.
Didn't realize this was in the works.
Wow! Pretty colors.
What a lovely sight.
That prince knows how to put on a show.
So that's what fireworks look like. They're beautiful.
They sure pulled out all the stops.
Indeed. That they managed to do so in time is equally astounding.
Surprise fireworks? From Elsheim's crown prince of all people?
Hold it right there.
You are hereby under arrest on charges of attempted terrorism.
Huh? But what gave me away?
Typical Van. Always coming up with outrageous requests at the 11th hour. Regardless, we'll have to give Prince Cherie our gratitude for allowing us to use his name.
Yes. The guild is indebted to him once more as well. On to the next phase.
Well, that was a nice little present. Okay, time to get my head in the race.
Target acquired. Wonder how it went on Grammy's end.
My transformations may be limited, but age hasn't dulled this old tabby just yet.
Limited? You're better at this right now than I've ever been.
Everything's going according to plan.
That leaves just one mission left.
Right. All we have to do is see this race through to the end. The rest is up to you, Van.
With that, Van and crew's third iteration of the Grand Prix started up anew. As expected, it came down to a head-to-head battle between Maxim and Aslan. Once again, the race arrived at that final, ill-fated lap.
And we're down to the final lap. Who will bring home the glory? The Red Comet or our new rising star?
Maxim, this is the day I leave you in my dust.
Aslan, you really have gotten more skilled. Just don't hold this against me.
Maxim is moving to cut Aslan off.
Hit the detonator.
Oh, it misfired?
Maxim's speed is dropping! Did he push in too hard?
Fine, then. I'll just wreck him the old-fashioned way.
What are you doing, Maxim? This is not your behavior.
Alrighty. Let's do this.
The two are neck and neck, and neither one is backing down. They're this close to lapping the back of the pack. Wait, where'd that car come from?
Leno's back in the race? I thought they dropped out already. You're trading paint with me?
Sorry, I'm sending you off course.
The champion stands his ground! What phenomenal handling!
And the red comet soars away. Didn't think he'd push back on that. But at least he's too far to ram into Oslo now.
Maxim catches up with a burning vengeance! The red comet's at full throttle, blazing ahead at unthinkable speeds!
Huh?
What a catastrophe! The two top contenders for victory have both gone out of bounds! We can only pray they're unharmed!
Oh dear.
Maxim? That crimson aura. That sudden burst of strength. Our champ was corroded from minute one. He's headed for the parking lot. We'll have to drive after him. Quick!
From there, Van immediately rendezvoused with the others, who proceeded to split up between his, Elaine's, and Kincaid's vehicles. They then took off in pursuit of Maxim, whom they had located, making his way to the suburbs.
Where do you suppose Maxim is headed?
Who knows? He sure isn't hurting for options. I let you three come because you insisted, but the second things get hairy, I'm dropping you off. Got it?
Yes, we understand.
Maxim.
That buffoon. Just what is he thinking?
Katra, everything ready?
Yes, I managed to patch into the transceiver in his car. Reset, how's the communications link coming along?
The process is complete, Mr. Silesian.
Thanks. I'll initiate the call then.
Can you hear me, champ?
What in the...
Hope you don't mind us hacking your transceiver. Couldn't help but wonder what spurred this on. Thought I'd give you a chance to explain.
It's got nothing to do with you.
If that's the case, then would you be willing to tell me?
Paulette, you're the biggest victim here. But you won't have to suffer in silence anymore.
What?
Bring an end to all of it. So don't worry.
Maxim?
Finally awake, huh? Rotten bastard. You've gotten your sick kicks out of them for the last time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This conversation is over. So do me a favor and quit following us!
Oh dear.
Damn, we got cut off.
He said Paulette was the victim here.
Any idea what he meant by that?
No, not a clue.
Huh?
You may. March 21st, 4:40 p.m. Dirk Memorial Park.
This place is...
Dirk Memorial Park. The place he's never been able to let go of.
You're those folks who always come around to exterminate monsters. We just had someone force their way into the forested area. I think he dragged another person with him too. They were both dressed in racing suits, but the air about them was anything but normal. Please, settle down. You're the Bracer. Yes, we're here as part of a joint effort with the Intelligence Division. I am Kincaid of the CID. Those extermination requests you mentioned were issued by me. It just so happens that we've had 2 persons of interest flee into this park. My collaborators and I are in the midst of pursuing them. We'd appreciate if you could let us take things from here. I see. I guess I can rest easy with the CID and Guild on the case. Here's the key. Best of luck to you. Really smooth talked your way through that one, huh? Drastic times call for drastic measures. While we may not be Spriggans, this much should be within our bounds.
Now, with regards to what comes next...
We know. It'd be better for us to stay behind.
But...
Sorry, Yume, but it's just too dangerous to go any further.
You don't have to worry. So be a good girl and wait for us, okay? We'll get Maxim out of there without a scratch. Promise. Yes. Very okay. I'll wait.
All right then. Let's get moving.
The forest area is to the left past the entrance, correct?
Yeah. The champ brought us there for a request last fall. We'd better catch up before it's too late.
Yeah. Derrick Memorial Park, forest area. You all seen this? Yep, the higher elements are active. Boy, do I. It's like we stepped right into another world. The area has been completely corroded. What's more, the higher elements seem to be in effect. Maxim and Paulette made such good memories here. Yeah, it's got a special place in his heart even now. Yeah, like that was any excuse for him to dump his schmaltzy love stories on us. You suppose Mr. Lugan's destination is the memorial tree deeper within? Without a doubt. That's where Maxim and Paulette buried their time capsule 7 years ago. So that's why. We'll want to be prepared for anything before treading in further. Yeah, ready up, gang. It's go time.
So you know about the corrosion too, Renee?
Of course. Surveying and gaining an understanding of a situation is fundamental to my job. On top of that, the monsters are more of a threat than ever.
Right. We need to hurry. Stay alert.
Suggesting magic attack. I'll be watching your performance.
Take this!
Watch out for ranged attacks! Enemy suppressed. Nice work!
Well, that's that. Time to gather some data.
Hey, it's on those things. Boom.
Initiating skill.
Here I go!
Activating skill.
Mr. Arkwright! Give him your all!
But they
That
don't
looks like a nice
explode.
chance.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You're a true professional, Van.
%90 evasion. Let's go, friends.
Yeah, there! The trees in reach there! And act!
Let's finish the job!
Got this in the bag!
Boom.
Yeah, there! There! Yeah, there! Yeah, there!
Dang it.
Got this in the bag!
Initiating skill.
Perfect.
I'm not a star for nothing.
Okay.
Had to be the star of the show, hey Judith?
Watch out for me.
There! The trees in reach!
Initiating combat.
Engaging shark strike!
Wonderful.
I'm stuffed.
That was delicious. Thank you.
That was delish.
Very good.
We did
That looked like
exactly
nice
what we
chats.
You were an incredible help,
Don't forget about your charge attack.
We can win right now!
Deploying shards. Whatever you need.
Dang it.
Give them your all! Now! Give them your all! You're finished!
Perfect.
I can do even better!
And we keep going. The Maiden's Pond, a body of water created by gradual precipitation. Its surface reflects the flower petals above it, the colors varying per season. It's a gorgeous sight no matter the time of year.
Magic attack recommended. I'll be watching out.
Justice always prevails!
Watch out for ranged attack.
Conquer each there!
Got a charge back.
You! Let's keep moving ahead.
Wonderful.
Let's finish this now! It's done! More
Battle finished.
Wonderful.
Now processing data.
There it is.
Watch out! That enemy looks strong! Conquer the there! There! There!
Well on.
Deploy stars and
Snooze, you lose.
This done.
activating skill!
Keep it up.
Do that.
Your turn, Judith.
Initiating skill.
Keep it up! Here's my chance!
Activating skill.
Boom.
A chance!
Initializing drive.
All you on this.
Boom.
Chance.
Give them your all!
I'll dice you up.
Easy.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Shall
Looks
I
like
prepare
a
some
chest.
sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright?
1 defense, 3 quartz.
Don't worry, Citri's got your back.
Let's get to work.
Enemy stunned. Now's your chance to deploy stars.
There! Justice always prevails.
Suggesting rapid attack. Charge attack available.
Well, gotcha. Next.
Enemy suppressed. Nice work.
And we keep going through this place.
Artwork that's on the enemy. Victory's everyone is really capable of. Stop, we can win right now. Engaging shark front. Follow my lead.
Activate. Boost gauge limiter removed.
Miss Monster.
Initiating skill.
There we go. Finish him, Van.
Loading enemy stats.
Pressure him and move in. You know what to do, Anya. Shine forth.
Eat this.
Mr. Archive. You'll be sorry. Yes. There we go. Give it your all. Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
Have some more.
Battle complete. We did exemplary work. You were an incredible help, Reset.
Look out for ranged attacks. Boost gauge level maximum.
Let's go.
Let's get to work.
Don't forget about your charges.
Engaging shark front.
Now's your chance for a shard boost. Activating skill.
Boom.
Follow my lead. It's pulled out.
Initializing drive.
Activating skill. Now.
Wonderful.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Shall I prepare some sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright?
Should hit level 48.
Fully replenished.
Let's finish the job.
Lose, you lose.
Okay.
Huh? You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You're a true professional, Van. Artwork that's on the You're a rowdy crowd, aren't you? Watch out for ranged attacks.
I'll be watching your performance.
Don't forget about your charge attack. There's another. You can get the jump right now.
Boom.
Give them your all. Have some more.
Yeah, we're just clearing these guys out.
That's above the A-level threat. Victory's in reach there. Artillery, engaging shark front.
Activating skill.
Follow my...
Boom.
It's pulled out.
Initializing drive.
Activating skill. Now. Here's my activate.
Boom.
Boost gauge limiter removed.
Have some more.
Judith.
Initiate.
Do this.
We're done.
Boost gauge expanded.
You're open.
Got your number. They're down.
Activating skill.
Yeah, I'm curious as to where the random heals come from.
I won't stop here. Stats upgraded.
I can do even better.
Yay. And off we go.
Initiating combat.
Where on? Take this.
Activating start. Activate. Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
Follow. I'll take you on. Activating skill. Let's.
Boom.
Now or
Boom.
never.
Boom.
Initiating skill.
Chance. They're down.
A chance. I'll give it my all.
Activating skill.
There. Try to
Man, to do this.
keep. I can live with this.
Nice job, Agnes.
Let's get to work.
Show 'em what Caprice is capable of. Now's the time to stop.
Take this.
You snooze, you lose.
Perfect. Yeah, let's take you out.
That went
Watch out for ranged attacks. This could get tricky.
Take this gun. Take this down.
Got you.
Attack arc device.
This gun.
There's still more.
This gun.
Not done yet. Conquer backward.
Wonderful.
Good work, guys. We all in one piece?
And there's the last chest.
Sense an incredible aura.
Finish this now. There. We need to be cautious. There. This reason reach there. Deploy guard. Engaging shark strike. If you,
Boom.
Mr. Archive.
Initiating.
Got you.
Boost gauge
Finish him,
expanded.
man. Give him your all. Now.
All you, I guess.
You're open. Here's my chance.
Activating.
You're stunned.
Boost gauge limiter
Got you
removed.
down.
Mr. Archive. Activating
Boom.
It should be safe for now.
Nice job, Agnes.
Modifying your orbment, are you?
And it turns into a hit 3. So now Van can never miss.
No enemies detected.
Ooh, I'm stuffed. Ooh, I'm stuffed.
Strength
Ooh,
12.
I'm stuffed. Thanks for the grub.
That was amazing. Thank you. I couldn't eat another bite. That was amazing. Thank you.
Is there anything that increases EP? Nope.
Nearby.
That otherworldly presence is getting stronger.
The memorial tree is just up ahead. Brace yourselves, everyone.
Will do. We'll put a stop to this thing. Paulette, Victor, and everyone else. Why don't we take a short rest?
Oh, very soothing.
To the garden. Now, just go through this one Mystic Cube.
Looks like you've gathered some tokens, huh? Here I go. Beginning analysis. Very target and not done yet. It's reactive. We did it. On to the next. You'll need some more tokens. I think I deserve a thank you. Time for an upgrade.
That. Grab that. And then that.
Let's go!
It's been upgraded.
Power and efficiency increased.
Let's give it some more firepower.
Let's sharpen this up a bit.
All powered up.
It's even stronger now.
This will serve me even better.
It's gonna be even stronger.
Upgrade complete.
I can protect her now.
I'll be even stronger.
Yay! I'm even stronger now.
Welcome.
Okay.
I've got all your support needs covered. We've got the good stuff.
Van's swimsuit. Still nothing there. Now relaxing time.
Thanks a bundle. We've got the good stuff. Thanks a bundle.
All right. Alright. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back.
What is this about, Maxim? I haven't done anything.
Like hell you haven't. It's your fault that Paulette... that Yume...
Stop right there, Maxim.
You let that man go!
Caught up already, have you? There's no use trying to talk me out of it. I'll do whatever it takes to see this through!
Guy's out cold.
All of this has something to do with Paulette and Yume. We can tell that much. But can't you give us the details?
There's gotta be some way we can help make things right. Just like when we escorted you here to dig up that time capsule.
Point taken. You have a right to hear what's going on. I put out that request around 4 months ago. Back then, I didn't know a damn thing.
Inside that time capsule was a picture of Paulette, who you'd been searching for. Then came the kicker. She'd been at Monmar all along.
Yeah. I was dumbfounded. But what shook me to my core was the fact that she'd given her heart to someone else.
What?
That must be how things were rewritten.
And this new partner of hers.
You guys confirmed it with me, remember? It's Aslan. Right there on the ground.
Now we know his version of the story.
Even still, why take things this far?
Obviously, it came as a shock. And instead of chasing a lost cause, I gave up on the spot. It's only natural. I was the one who let things get to my head in the first place. As far as I could tell, Aslan was the sort who could treat her right. I was determined to be a good sport. To step back and give them a chance. But then I learned what this bastard did. When no one was looking. He would abuse Paulette behind closed doors.
What?
A case of domestic violence, huh? This has to be another one of those twisted truths.
Yeah. Though it's a little too plausible for comfort.
Not only that, but it turns out Aslan is being backed by a Central Eastern Mafia. Say a peep to anyone and you might not live to regret it. Even threats like that weren't beneath him.
A Central Eastern Mafia. Quite an elaborate tale he's spinning.
After that, my mind was made up. I decided to save Paulette, no matter how much I had to dirty my hands. For her, I would gladly lay down my life. After everything I've put her through, this is the least I can do to redeem myself. If you really want to help make things right, then stay out of this so I can kill Aslan.
You can't be serious!
We're not just going to let that happen.
Fine. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Ah, dear. Oh, it's this motherfucker. That Julius.
Its strength is that of a high-ranking cryptid. As for its appearance...
It's a dead ringer for that Archdevil that appeared in Pandemonium.
This is just like when Ashen summoned that Nue.
Spiritual energy spike detected. Wait, these readings...
Its spiritual signature lines up perfectly with Maxim's.
In other words, this devil is something born out of Maxim's psyche?
So his inner fire's on full display. This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Damn it! We're gonna have to go for broke here.
Yeah.
Loading enemy stats.
Ah, man.
Going all in.
Ah, shit. that's the wrong move.
I proud.
It's go time.
Initiating skill.
Now. Reset. Sweep 'em. Pressure him and move in.
Get all of them.
Activating skill.
We're gonna have to do this slowly.
Here goes.
Here's my chance.
Activating skill.
Gotcha.
A chance. Ha!
Boom.
It's go time.
Activate and drop.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
I suggest this right now.
Your turn, Judith.
Initiating skill.
Now it's my turn. Pressure him and move in.
Right
pull
there.
down. Activating drive.
Activating skill.
Here I go. Have some more.
Chance.
Activate. Boost gauge limiter removed.
Can't beat me.
Keep it up. It's
Oh, is there
working.
encounter?
You know what to do, Agnes.
Ha! There.
Here goes.
Gotcha.
Got your number.
You'll be sorry.
Going all in.
Here's my chance.
Energy output max.
Yeah!
Too slow.
I won't lose.
Pressure him and move in.
Initializing
Over
drive.
there.
Now or never.
Activating drive.
Initiating skill.
There.
Boom.
Reset. Sweep 'em.
Energy output max.
Ha!
Activating skill.
Chance.
We'll take that.
They're down. Up to you, Reset.
Ah, dang it. Don't have any boosts.
Activating skill.
Follow my lead. Mr. Arkwright. Get a draw.
Let's wail on. All you on yes.
Initializing drive.
Can't beat me!
Initiating skill. Sucker!
Activating skill.
Got your number. Chance.
Have some more! Here's my chance!
Initiating. Boost
Big
gauge
goal,
expand.
Rainbow!
Have some more.
Not good.
Forgive me, everyone! A chance!
Not good.
Boost gauge limit increased.
We'll pay for that.
Have some more!
Up to you, Reset. Sucker!
You'll be sorry!
Initiating skill. Have some more. Bring it on.
Give them your all! Have some more!
Up to you, Reset.
Gotcha! Forgive me, everyone. That's not good.
Initiating skill. Have some more.
You know what to do, Anya.
Celestial.
Thanks,
Hey,
Mel.
here's them.
Chance. It's showtime.
Give them your all!
Boom.
Gauge limiter unlocked!
Got your number.
Too slow!
Very
I won't
good.
hold back.
Activating skill.
Gotcha! Mr. Archive! Activating skill! Some more! Now or never!
Certain orcs look to be most effective.
Keep it up, it's working!
Got your number. Got your number.
You're over.
Perfect.
Here's my chance!
Thanatos Jail.
Activating skill.
Here goes.
Give them your all! Have some more!
Got him. Whew.
That's how it goes.
I won't stop here. Stats upgraded.
How did you manage to defeat that thing?
We've been around the block a few times, you know.
This has gone on long enough. Now
Yeah. Oops.
This has gone on long enough. Now release him.
I can't. If you're that set on stopping me, it'll have to be over my dead body!
Maxim.
You know, there's something that's been nagging at me. Who told you about this domestic violence business?
What does that have to do with anything? Facts are facts. Who they come from doesn't matter.
I don't think that's quite true. Even if you were fully convinced, something must have planted the seed.
Exactly. You said it was behind closed doors. If that's true, how'd you find out?
Right. It didn't seem to be from Paulette herself.
Even if we entertain that thought, she would never disclose such a thing so easily.
So then, who was it? In hindsight, there's one other person who's been acting off since this morning. It struck me while we were exchanging small talk at Monmar, but it was even more apparent when we met later by the Ferris wheel.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The one who came to you was Yume, wasn't it?
You're wrong!
No, they aren't.
Nah.
It worked like a charm.
Is that Yume?
Yes. Albeit replicated via shard technology.
Normally I wouldn't be lending you a hand for something like this. But I did borrow her body that one time without asking. So I brought her over as a sort of apology.
Not my favorite game of tag in history.
Oh, yeah. I remember the tail end of that.
Crap, I forgot you were here too. Well, whatever. You guys can wrap up the rest. I'm sorry, Maxim.
Yume, you don't have to say a thing.
You're always so nice to me. But all I did was make stuff harder for you.
It isn't like that at all. After all, you never knew about it. Isn't that right?
Today, on the Ferris wheel, I asked you for help. That's what made you do all of this. So that's when she told him.
But how did Yume find out what was happening?
'Cause I saw it. I saw that guy Osla doing horrible things to Mommy.
So that's how it went.
This is the cruelest rewrite yet.
But even still, Yumes, it stings a little that you didn't come and talk to me about it. Well, not like I can blame you. You were probably threatened yourself, right? Something along the lines of, one word to that Spriggan and your mom and grandpa will get it?
Yeah, you're right. That's why I couldn't tell you. But that was bad of me. I should have known. You guys would be able to do something about it.
But
And I know I could have done more than just ask for help.
Paulette has no interest in Aslan.
Back then, I should have asked you. Let's help Mommy together.
Yume? You...
Don't feel like you have to do everything by yourself. Remember, I'm always here for you.
Was I
Aww.
in the wrong? I'm sorry, Yume. Paulette.
Maxim. I feel sleepy. She must have gone back to wherever she was before.
The Genesis. Who knew it was so close to home?
So Yume was the point of origin, and from there the corrosion spread. Still, at least this means it's finally over.
Not quite.
What just happened?
A very, very long story. That's difficult to explain.
Setting aside the more convoluted bits, all this fuss Maxim kicked up, right or wrong, was for you and Yume. In a nutshell, he was trying to protect you two. I hope you won't hold it against him too much.
Don't worry. I understand perfectly.
She has forgiven.
I'm willing to let it go just this once. Sleep tight while you still can.
I've arranged for you to receive both transportation and medical attention. As for the details on what exactly transpired, I'll provide them on the drive over to the hospital. Is that agreeable?
Sure, I don't mind. My wounds don't seem to be serious anyway.
More importantly, it looks like this misunderstanding has been cleared up.
Yeah, I don't get the feeling Aslan would do something like that. With that, the turmoil brought about by Yume and Maxim's corrosion came to an end. The crash during the Z1 race was reported by the CID as being caused by Jacobin and the anti-immigration terrorists. Aslan, having received a cursory explanation of Maxim's unusual behavior, promised not to go public about what had transpired. Ultimately, it was clear that the Garden Master was the main culprit behind these bizarre occurrences. After enlisting Ren's assistance, Van and the team gathered to draft a counterplan. We got our third Genesis. Yay!
Truly, well done. Then I'll update your rank.
B++. Mirage and Water. Cetus Phantasma.
Can't complain with that.
I'm
All
truly
right.
honored.
But that's where I'm going to call it. Tomorrow we'll jump into this sea route. Thank you everyone for joining me. And let's go read into where is all right. Well, thank you everyone for joining me today. We finished with Harvestella and making our way through the rest of Trails Through Daybreak 2. Tomorrow we'll be playing Fairy Fencer F. And yeah. Thank you again, everybody. And stay safe, look after yourselves. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.